Hi, and welcome to the Focus Friday of the Hey Birthday Chick Bundle. We're going to go ahead and stamp for all of the 4 cards that we'll make. It's going to take 2 of the balloon chickens, 2 of the cupcake chick, 1 of the egg, 2 of the balloons with the strings. Actually, just 1 of the balloons with strings by itself. We're going to get started coloring. We're going to use our color pencils and our blender pens. So Daffodil Delight, Cajun Craze, and Flirty Flamingo are the first colors that we'll be using. Now when you use color pencils, they look like they're light. The coloring looks light, but once you use the blender pens, it brightens them up. The blender pen it's not water, but it is a liquid that it just works with your watercolor pencils. If you don't have blender pens, you could use water with a paintbrush, because these are watercolor pencils. See how the yellow just brightens up? Now to clean the blender brush or the blender pen, you pull backwards and turn. So you don't go to another color until you've cleaned off the tip. That's what I'm doing, I'm cleaning it off. And then I'm going to die cut all the bits. Okay, we're going to use the cinnamon cider on a piece of vellum that will be our background. And then I'm going to attach it to a piece of cinnamon cider cardstock by putting the adhesive near the bottom that will be covered up by our pieces that we attach to the front, because you can see through the vellum, you can see the adhesive. That's the secret of vellum, you hide the adhesive under your pieces that go on top of it. Then putting adhesive on the ends of these little garland pieces. Attaching those first. I have 4 of them that I have die cut, and 1 of them I'm going to overlap because it's not long enough. I'm just arranging the chicks how I think they'll go best. Adhesive, layering all of the write Stampin' Dimensionals on this cupcake chick. And then here I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and get the adhesive out from the little holes where they'll show through. I don't want the adhesive to show. There we go. And then we'll attach it to our card base. Now for the second card, the Let's Celebrate You, we're going to use the texture folder for the background layer, and then I'm making 2 of each card, so you don't need to do 2 of each of these embossed pieces. We're embossing with white embossing powder. So here I'm just working ahead and getting the embossing done for the other cards too. I just had some scraps of black, so that's what I was using. Okay, this is Bumblebee color. I'm going to be stamping off, so she goes off the top, and then the one in the middle, and then one below. And then I'm going to cut a mask. I'm going to be using a mask and a sponge to sponge the color in. Just a different technique. It gives color. It doesn't fill the color completely in, but it's a nice look for the chickens. Okay, and then there's one that I'm going to die cut the chicken out because she's going to have dimensionals under her. Okay, then I'm going to color the beaks in pumpkin pie, and the little red bits, which I don't know what they're called, the little dangle things, will be in Poppy Parade. So then I'll die cut one, and she will go in the center over the top. Start layering over the ribbon. I usually use glue dots on each end, and then I lay the ribbon down flat and just fold it over the top and then fold it over the bottom, and that gives us a nice secure ribbon. And dimensionals for the chicken in the center, then the sentiment, Let's Celebrate You, which I have pre-made. Just adhere those on with multi-purpose glue adhesive. And then I adhered it to my card base, and I realized I forgot the balloon. So I had to go back, stamp the balloon, and color it. I'm coloring this with the blends, which is an alcohol marker. I'm using Poppy Parade. And then there's our finished card. So our next card, we're using pencils again. Bermuda Bay, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, and Mambo Melon. For this card, we're going to be using designer series paper from the Brights collection, and we'll be punching those out. using the blender pen the same way we did before. And cleaning it off the same way we did before. You pull back and turn as you pull until all the color is removed from the tip. So we're going to use this punch and punch out one of each of these colors. Then we'll punch an extra one out of white, and we're going to use that. It's going to be a helpful tool. Went ahead and used the texture folder as well. So the white one we place in the center, and it helps us to build around the center and evenly space these die cut or these punched pieces. So using your grid paper and kind of lining up where the center is, you can put the white in the center, and then the other bits can go around around the white. Don't put adhesive where it's going to hang over off the paper and make your workspace sticky. But just continue all the way around. Then you'll trim off the overhang pieces. Then we're going to be using vellum again with this card. So being that we'll be covering up the center, you can go ahead and put your adhesive right through the center. And we're going to put our chick with the cupcake there. Happy birthday sentiment right below. Then we'll adhere this to our card base. There you go. All right, we're using Bumblebee and Magenta Madness on this card. Color the balloon in. I like to go around the outer edge first and then color it in. Find when I trace around the outer edge, I have less accidents of getting marker outside the area I wanted. And kind of just outline first with the fine tip and then color in the inside. Then we will die cut this. Then we're ready to assemble. Go ahead and put our strips of just jade, and I'm going to stagger these strips just for dimension. For a fun background. 3 strips of these little decorative pieces. And just kind of stagger those as well for a decorative background. And dimensionals on our chick with a balloon. Then I'm going to adhere the white sentiment first, and then I'll put the pink one a little bit off centered so that the white shows underneath. Looks like a shadow. And and then I'll adhere it to the base. And that's card number 4. Thanks for joining me today for Focus Friday, where we make 4 cards with 1 stamp bundle. And the Hey Birthday Chick bundle was our focus today, and it's item number 158631. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great day.